Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another scene of the living world of darkness, rage across New York. In today's scene, we are actually ever so slightly backdating to the previous night, wherein Sheila came home to the pack house, as calm and pleasant as you please, sat herself down, watched some TV. No big, right? The problem is that immediately previous to this, God bless it, immediately previous to this, well, she may or may not have barraged the pack link with a brief flash of very keen fury that slowly petered its way down to anger, frustration, and eventually concern before she got it back under control. But all this, and then Sheila appearing, and then 10 Point marching in, taking a moment to greet Sheila, having herself a very cold shower, because that helps with rage, right? It totally helps. Shut up. And then coming out and nesting herself almost protectively near the kinfolk has drawn some attention. And so, at the bidding of her pack mates, 10 Point will get herself up, bob her head to Sheila, and slip into Saoirse's room, where the other two are waiting.
Indeed they are.
Alright, so what's going on, 10 Point? We put the shillelagh over his shoulder.
But Alpha wastes no time. She just kind of blinks a time or two because that was fast. Would you like the long version or the very quick version first, Raya?
Let's give it to me in summary first, and then I'll probe you for details.
Desmond attacked the leader of the Kinfolk Council, Raya.
What? Why?
We seem to have yet to discover a good reason.
Where is he?
Raya. He has been affected by the rite of ostracism, meaning that we can't especially follow up on it.
Oh, of course Jacob did that, because did Jacob do it?
He also hit him with a stone of scorn.
Should have hit him fucking harder.
I could have hoped.
Fucking pussy. Spit in the ground. So we have to wait till he comes back. What happened to this whole process of those who threaten to harm kin get severely punished?
Oh, it has been severe, and I imagine it will be more severe. Do you remember that Mike is the leader of the council now, Raya?
Yeah.
Do you remember who his brother is, Raya?
I do. Why isn't he a cub yet?
I believe that Desmond was very close to challenging for fostering, right? It wasn't quite enough.
They should bank him back to cub for such a fucking stupidity.
They should, right? But in the end, Alice seemed content. The brother, knowing that he will eventually get a hold of him, seems very content.
He won't be the only one. What else was there?
I came in fairly late, Raya. The kinfolk were having a council meeting. If I was told correctly, since the Stargazers have left the nation, they obviously no longer require representation on the council. So they will be able to, of course, make themselves heard just through the Kagi representative and the Bonar representative.
Politics aside, what caused Desmond the issue to attack the fucking Kingfolk Council member?
Apparently, Desmond took great offense to this ruling, Raya, by the council, And, at least when I arrived, was trying to force and bully them to change it.
Right. Do you know
Sheila
of any other?
was just stepping away and back into the group. Mike stepped up.
Sheila. That's when the shillelagh just hit the ground like thump.
Wince.
Are you saying he intimidated my wife?
I wasn't there. I didn't see Raya. But I saw that she was moving back into the group as I came up.
Did you ask her?
No, Raya, she was seeing to the other kid. She was doing very well, acting a part of a leader.
You tried to intimidate my wife?
I don't know, Raya. I know that when Mike stepped forward to talk to him, he did not appreciate that a kinfolk was addressing him as an equal. He called him kinfolk as though he was spitting it.
I'm gonna kill him.
And when Mike
So
did
fucking
not
bastard.
back down while being stared at and refuted his demands, he grabbed him by the throat.
I'm gonna kill him.
And then Simon grabbed him. He let go. As soon as Simon let go, I may or may not have been in a moment of pique and taken breed form and backhanded him into the dirt and stepped on him.
You should have been dragged out and fucking flayed.
He should have.
But no, of course, they would never do anything like that here. Stuff fucking right of ostracism. What's that gonna prove? Sending them isolated? What's he gonna learn? Nothing.
He'll probably die.
And then what? I'll just call it a day.
Right, I think if Desmond was capable of learning, he would have learned something by now.
He needs
He
to be
has
made.
learned
He
nothing.
needs to be made an example of. This is the first offense against the kin on this sept. He needs to be made an example of. Can you imagine what Tyler's gonna do when he hears about this?
Tyler.
Exactly. Tyler's gonna lose his mind.
I feel that Desmond will get what is coming to him.
Oh, he fucking will, because I'll be waiting for him. How long is this ostracism allowed?
It seems as though it will be very prolonged, Raya.
Of course. Jacob Clay saving the lives. Should let Mike's brother fucking cripple him, or take his fucking good eye. Punishment.
I would very much have liked to have taken the better side of his face to offer Grandfather Thunders an apology.
He'll fold his arms. If he threatened my wife, I will have blood. 10 point.
You know, normally I would try and stop you from doing something like this, but honestly, she'll shake her head. No. He deserves everything he's got coming to him. He's trying to.
All right, I
He's
can
not
assure
been
you.
paying attention to what we've been trying to do here with the kinfolk.
He was
He
raised here.
said that he felt that they were being treated as less than people. I pointed out the idiotic, contrary nature of that opinion, considering that they've only just gotten the right to make these decisions among themselves.
Why?
He didn't have an answer for me. When Jacob questioned him, he didn't have a real answer.
That's what the next generation is meant to be.
We won't last to be a next generation, right? And
That's
all of
the
the
standard.
cops
That's the standard that they put out there.
If nothing else, Raya, if it's not enough, you can always give challenge over the threat to your kinfolk.
Challenge. He challenged he threatened an Adrian's kinfolk.
Your point, Raya.
Find out. And if he has, I'll have blood from him.
She glances to the door, bedroom door, out to where Sheila has sat herself.
What happens if he had taken Krynos 10 point?
I would have killed him, Raya.
You said you got there late.
I was late to make an appearance, but all the same, I was there when he grabbed. Simon was only a little bit faster than I was, right? Meanwhile, on top of being hit with several punishment rights, he has been forsaken by his only pack mate. So he is packless.
He threatened my wife. He threatened to do everything we've worked for. That Dallas died for. That thousands of others of us have died for. That we nearly went to war over. All because of his stupid ego and his hypocritical pride. Where's their justice? He gets sent away to die in a lonely corner instead of facing his decisions. How is that in any way just?
You're not the only one who feels he deserves worse, Raya.
And I won't be the last, because they're going to hear me. And that Shadow Lord and his ilk are going to hear me. For he raised that thing. And now it's threatened. My family. Everything that members, even if she had left our family, she was still one of us who died for it. Talate died for it.
Search your nods.
There'll be hell to pay for this 10 point. And my wrath will not be fucking contained.
She again glances to the door. Perhaps involve them in the conversation, Raya.
I'll ask her. But I'll be waiting for him. And that Shadow Lord. First a dead cub. And now one of his own that he raised attacks kin. I think it's time there's been a new Den Father comes into play. What do you think?
It's been long past time, Raya.
Well then, he starts shaking, like breathing quite heavily.
Who would you put forward, though?
There has to be somebody.
Once any one of the cubs is grown, they would do better. And the position I hold is not a lofty one. Helena could take it, but first she has to become an adult.
If she makes it.
Oh, she will.
I'm not sitting quietly on this. Not when my wife has been either intimidated or threatened, or worse. And if it's worse, I'll be the first one he sees when he comes back.
Regardless of whether...
And it won't be for a challenge.
Regardless of whether he threatened her directly or he still acted this way. He still did this in the face of the entire Kinfolk Council, in the face of all of those representatives, to the one that leads them.
You tell Jacob, the next time he gets right in her face, suddenly lightning fast, right in her face.
She actually, reels back involuntarily a couple steps, probably thumping into the door.
You tell that puny little fucking Silverfang, the next time he decides to have his liberal fucking arse, tell him to shove it up his hole and let the real fucking guru deal with it. Am I clear?
That's right.
I'm gonna have a talk with that little glasswalker bitch.
She was screaming at him to stop, Raya.
I'm gonna have a talk with her. I told you, no one escapes my wrath. Not when my family's threatened. So I'm gonna have a talk.
Raya.
I'm going to have a talk. I'll make sure she knows the situation very clearly.
She has already left his pack, Raya.
Good. And I'll make sure that when he comes back, everyone on the set will spit on him. And she'll be the first one to do it.
I don't think you'll have to try hard.
Are you doubting me?
No, Raya. I'm merely saying that she was already very much disgusted with him.
I'd venture to say that most of the Sept are really at the end of their rope with him, but I will make sure that he doesn't have any friends when he comes back. If he gets to live.
Templar kind of takes a pointed second to look aside, and not asking in doubt, but simply making the point. Does he have any friends now?
He won't ever again. Not while I'm still alive in the Sept.
Saoirse will nod in affirmation to that.
I'm going out. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna find Mike's brother. I'm gonna arrange a little surprise for dear old Desmond. A welcome home party.
Yes, right.
And you find out if he threatened my wife. Whether physically or verbally. You tell me which. because it'll be very important detail when I see Desmond again.
Yes, right.
He'll nod. Won't even pick up the shillelagh. He just kicks open the door quite aggressively and begins to storm out.
Yeah, 10 Point quickly sidesteps when he makes even the first step for the door. And glances over to Saoirse.
She'll look at 10 Point and she'll say, "You did what you could."
Feel badly, scared a number of the kin. Better that they were away. Sheila was one of the ones that didn't run. Let me come stand by her shoulder once I was calm.
She'll nod. He was raised here. He should know better than this. This is not acceptable.
Even when not raised here, Raya. The tribe has pulled themselves from the nation. I
There's
feel
no
that
reason.
in most steps, it would be just as bad, if not worse, for the kin that remained.
It's not the kin's fault that the tribe pulled away from the nation.
Kin are not being punished. They still have the same right as any other kinfolk. They just no longer have a representative on the council because the tribe is not there to be represented.
I know that, but she'll shake her head.
It's a mess, and it's one in a vast litany of gruesome mistakes.
I agree.
I mean, she kind of takes a glance out. I imagine Aiden stormed out of the bedroom and then out of the apartment in pretty quick order. So even his stomping footsteps have
You could see him in his bedroom, and he's putting a knife on his belt.
Oh boy. If it's not too bold of me, Ryan. If I cannot do my duties, you may wish to pull him aside before he goes too far.
What was it that she had said? I'm sorry.
She basically said if it's not too bold of her, she can't do her duties. But Saoirse may want to pull Aiden aside before he gets too worked up.
Yeah, she'll nod and she'll say, as much as I would love to just let him go out and kill him, I agree. I should try and calm him a bit. She'll get up and she'll go to Aiden.
For the sake of having it said, 10 Point will finally creep back out of the room, curl back up alongside Sheila on the couch for now.
Yeah, he's arranging stuff. He seems to be just picking up things.
She'll look to him and say, "You have a moment, Riot?"
Yeah, what is it?
As much as I would love to let you just go out and end that miserable bastard's life, I can't let you. We have to do this the right way. You're about to be Wormfoe and the Tail Singer. Got 10 Point, the Keeper of the Land. We can't afford to let our rage. We can't afford to let it blind us.
Why is it that every time something bad happens to people I care about, Jacob Clay seems to think everything will be fine? Or we should just banish him. That'll solve everything. Or we should just isolate him. That'll solve everything. And he'll turn his fist bald and his eyes wild.
Because Jacob Clay is an insufferable bastard who is afraid to get his hands dirty. Challenge him.
Challenge him. Who, Jacob?
Aye.
Over what? By honorable guru standards, he did the right thing. Sometimes doing the right thing isn't doing the right thing.
I'll agree with that. We go through the proper channels to make sure that he never has a name in good standing again. I'll make sure he gets a shameful deed name.
Oh, I'll be doing that, don't you worry. His breathing will start panting more and more and more.
But if we catch him doing something like that again, I can't guarantee that he won't find the other side of our claws.
Oh, I'm not going to claw the fucker to death. I'm not going to even kill him. I'm going to blind him. Slowly. I'm going to beat him half to death. And I'm going to pin him there. And let him watch as the kinfolk takes his eyes.
Saoirse will smile and nod. Sounds fitting.
Again, his breathing seems to thump. It's probably seriously, and 10 Point can feel it through the pack link. It's like almost like a heartbeat. It just seems to race faster and faster and faster.
You're right.
And if he did threaten her,
Saoirse will nod.
I'll go talk to his little glass walker. Make sure she knows what Desmond's going to expect when he gets back.
Aye.
Do you want to see what I'm going to do to her? If I'm feeling the right way.
Aye. I'd love to see that.
All right. Roll. Older than werewolf. 2. That. Soak 4 bashing as he turns and just poof. Do you know what I mean? Straight in the skull.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's gonna ring her bell a little bit, whether she soaks it or not. She can only soak 3, so she's gonna take 1. At least. We'll see how she fares. She soaks 1, so she takes 3 bashing. Yeah, she gets her bell rung. She'll hold her head.
And he will spend 2 rage. Go again.
Oh my god.
That's a miss. Lol.
That's alright. She probably doesn't even notice that he missed. Like, she's just still very dazed.
This one he takes aim for, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fuck me dead.
5. So 5 plus 4 plus. Alright. This is gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe knowing
That's
Discord.
okay.
But let's see.
Right though.
Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, she's probably gonna be
Soak some of that. Yeah.
Oh, she soaks 3 of it.
That's 5.
That's
like he put
5, and she's on 3. She's in kept.
So as Saoirse, he headbutts Saoirse, and then he ducks, right? She stumbles backwards. She sees the second fist pass right through her nose. Like it barely misses her. But when she probably lets that sigh of relief, she doesn't see the uppercut coming, and literally it just cracks. Like her jaw just cracks. She probably hits. At 10 point, you'll hear a crashing noise from his room.
She dead.
There's a win.
She got knocked the fuck out.
10 point will politely excuse herself and go to wait in the hall just outside the door.
And Aiden breathes heavy as he's back on 3 rage now because he spent 2. And he 10 point, get in here.
Yep, scamper.
And when she opens the door, he opens it very quickly and kind of just grabs her by the collar and pulls her in. And yes, Saoirse's unconscious on the floor. Her jaw's broken. Like,
her
probably shattered.
fucking jaw's broken. Yeah, she's blood everywhere. She's
Not gonna lie, his ruling aside, she's still gonna wince when he snags her, even if it's not aggressive, like, as far as hurting her. There's still a wince. Like, oh shit!
Heal her. Or let her regen. But keep an eye on her. You stare at her. Twist his head.
Alright. She fucking just goes for it. She can make more Gaia's breaths. It's fine. Everything's fine. She, as soon as he lets go, very compliantly dives Saoirse with Gaia's breath. Yeah,
so she'll get back.
Spend.
So she will get back then 4 of her health levels, and she will be in a lot of pain when she wakes up. I imagine that her jaw is probably still broken, so she can't really talk.
I mean, healing most of the damage probably means at least putting it back into place. It's still gonna hurt and be swollen and nasty.
Like, I should probably shift.
Little tiny nut.
She'll shift to Glabro. So she can heal the rest of her damage.
I'm going out. Glasswalker conversation will be a lot more pleasant now. I'll just say, quite with this just dark look in his face, he seems to walk out very calmly, wiping some blood off his knuckles.
Saoirse just nods.
Yep. 10-point nods.
She'll relax back to Hamid when she's healed.
A reassuring pat. She did so good.
She'll smile.
Lucky. I wasn't that angry yet.
She'll nod, I know. But, did what I was supposed to.
Did you say?
She said I did what I was supposed to.
Nod.
She just hugs 10-point. She has a very new appreciation for her job as Omega. She just fucking hugs her.
Happy to hug her back. She won't be saying very much after this. She's just processing what the fuck just happened. Perhaps you should rest, right?
That's probably a good idea. She'll nod. She'll get up and go to her room.
Probably go back out to nest by Sheila again. While Layden's out, having himself an adventure. Wholesome adventure. Would anyone like to do anything else?
Nope.
Sure, buddy?
Very sure.
I'm fine.
Well, in that case, I suppose that we can say thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching, and we'll see you next time in the living world of darkness, shit kickings across New York.